Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Turtle Network exclusive. Follow us on all social media and also click the link tree in the description of this video.
What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Raise Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Raise Energy Drink. Raise Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Raise Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Raise energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast. Hey divers, how's it going? Welcome back to my weekly take on my wrestling intake. First off, you know how we do. We got to CM Punk up here. Please stand up. Last week I left you with an important weekly discussion topic, as it were. That was 5 ways the forbidden door still needs to open. I don't want to show you the paper, but because I don't want you to see that it's written in crayon. Anyways, 5 ways the forbidden door needs to open. Number 5, AEW doing a head-to-head show with another brand. Not just one match featuring their wrestlers, a head-to-head show, a showdown, maybe even a War Games showdown. Head-to-head with maybe like New Japan, Impact, even Joshi Pro. Number 4, we need a direct line to Ring of Honor. And October 8th at True Wrestling in Berwick, Pennsylvania, we're going to get a little bit of a taste for a AEW Ring of Honor door opening there, as it were, between Tony Deppen and Matt Sydal for their G1 Supercard. That is going to be really... that's going to be fantastic. That's a indie match dream up, man. Tony Deppen on the scene, as you guys know. You've been getting familiar with him on the indie scene as he's been all over the place. He's the Ring of Honor. He was the Ring of Honor TV champion. He recently just wrestled Ron Funches at a GCW show. The dude's been everywhere, and we all know Matt Sydal. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. I really don't know what to say. The return of the A-Team, Aaron Arbo and Unbreakable Andy Harner. Fandango versus Sin Sage, Matthew Sage. It's going to be a fantastic show, October 8th. Yeah. Go see that. True Wrestling, man. That's going to be really cool. I'm going to be there. Number 3, on an indie level. Like, maybe we could see Tony Khan come out at a show. Hey, my wrestlers aren't going to wrestle this show. Not tonight. Or maybe maybe an AEW star lost in a screwy job finish, and Tony Khan will come out and say, "Oh no, not to my wrestlers, no way." Just to see him on screen doing something. We're not on screen, but through IWTV or maybe even in person. Hey, yeah, So yeah, on an indie level, number 3. Number 2, AEW stars on the silver screen. We see like back in the day, not to bring up a sore name, but Hulk Hogan on TV, like with the Three Ninjas. We see like maybe Darby Allin in a flick, or John Moxley, Omega in a movie as themselves. You know what I mean? Like the wrestling personas on the indie screen, or maybe even not. Just see some of these guys. I think obviously the one of the choices would be the Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth. So just to see a couple of the AEW guys on a silver screen would be cool. Forbidden little door into the Hollywood aspect. And number 1, the one that is staring everybody in the face, the one that most people don't think is going to happen and probably won't for a long time, is WWE. Forbidden door opening, like they're wrestling guys there. I know that WWE wanted to keep Bryan. They said that they would let him wrestle in New Japan. It's something that even Tony Khan had made mention on at one point in time, like that forbidden door opening in the WWE. So that's my number 1 way. That'd be the the most mind blowing of them all to see, because that ain't gonna happen. You know what I mean? But that's my discussion topic of the week. 5 ways the forbidden door could or needs to open, and I asked you that question. Go ahead and list 5 ways that the forbidden door has yet to be or could be opened in. Alright, divers, moving on to the pre-show, the dark matches of the week. We got Monday was AEW Dark Elevation. Thunder Rosa defeated Kai McKenna. The Gun Club defeated Anthony Bennett, Ray Jazz, and LSG. Oh, love to see LSG there. The Space Ace, baby. Allen 5 Angels and Preston Vance, number 10, defeated Colt Cabana and Evil Uno. Orange Cassidy defeated Mike Verna. Private Party defeated Teddy Gaines and Jorge Santi. Hikaru Shida defeated Masa Slamovich. Sonny Kiss defeated Joey Janela. Santana Ortiz defeated Avery Good, which would be a very good wrestler. Some of you might know him from his indie stuff. Very known wrestler, very good, obviously, hence the name. And JT Dunn, they defeated them. Santana and Ortiz defeated, I know I got off on a tangent there. Santana and Ortiz defeated a very good Avery Good and JT Dunn. Dustin Rhodes defeated QT Marshall. And we move on to Tuesday. Please stand up there, Adrian. We move on to Tuesday, which was AEW Dark. We seen Wardlow defeated JDK via a knockout, which is worth noting, which was a cool finish. A couple different finishes here on this Duke's Dive here we can talk about. This was a cool one. This was a knockout finish. You don't often see a knockout finish. Number 1, cool finish. We seen Big Swole defeat Allie Katch. Big name on Indie Stars. I'd like to see her one day. She's a really good wrestler. Santana and Ortiz defeat the Chaos Project. Joey Janela defeats Dylan McQueen. Ty Conti defeats Martina Tucker. Big Shotty Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson defeat Luke Curtis and Cameron Stewart. FTR defeats Stallion Rogers and Anthony Green. The Bunny defeats Tina K. Lance Archer defeats Marcus Cross. John Silver and Andrew Reynolds defeat Ryan Nemeth and Pretty Peter. Boy, I always get tongue-tied on that. Pretty Peter Avalon, the Wingmen. Daniel Garcia defeats Allen 5 Angels. Super cool one. Go back and watch that Tuesday. AEW Dark Elevation. Go on, I'm telling you, that's a good one. The Factory defeat Darian Benson, Cole Carter, and Sean Malata. Also a very big name on the indies. A name I obviously can't pronounce. I apologize in advance. And now for your wrestling main shows of the week. We have on the card a very special AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. I was very excited for this show, and so was the Beaver Weasel Sasha. She got her very best journalist cap on today, as you can tell. We got our journalist cap on. We got our Thinking Woman's cap on today for Kenny Omega and Daniel Bryan. I will let you know that straight up, AEW Grand Slam made me go fool, man, child mode. We got the action figures out here, ladies and gentlemen. For the audio listeners, just feel blessed that you don't have to see this. First of all, we got Mr. Taz. He's a mean guy here, and he was picking on my dude. Here's CM Punk. So he goes down on the floor here. Boom. Because nobody picks on the dude, CM Punk. Or CM Punk. Or CM Punk. So we'll take 3 CM Punks. 3 CM Punks. 1 Taz. Go to sleep. Taz. And we're happy with the 3 CM Punks, obviously. We also got Rusev. Miro. This is Miro. I could definitely find AEW figures in my area. They're not scalped by the highest bidder for the highest price. No, sir. There's no way. I definitely was able to find AEW action figures. No, I can't find them. So this was a Rusev figure. But I pretended it's Miro because I can't for the life of me find any AEW figures. And the last one up is the one they obviously need to make a figure of for AEW. Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, as it were. Yes, Bryan Danielson. Moving on to the main wrestling shows of the week. First off, we have Tuesday, NXT, September 21st, 21. Roderick Strong defeated Kushida to become the new Cruiserweight champion. We give that an up. We got Kaylee Ray defeating Amari Miller. I had a neutral on that one. We had Dante Shen defeating Trey Baxter. That was an up, even though I do and am a big fan of Trey Baxter. All heart, baby. Next up, we had Cameron Grimes defeating Joe Gacy. We won't get into we will get into the idea that they had a bit of a different kind of political left-leaning vibe on Joe, and then some far-reaching right-wing people got a hold of that, like Fox News or whatever, and I guess WWE dropped it. And hopefully that they have something for Joe Gacy, excellent wrestler. So hopefully if they dropped the character, they didn't drop the wrestler. You know what I mean? Hopefully, whatever. Come on, I want to see Joe Gacy on my. But yeah, I was just saying last week it was so cool to see Joe Gacy and Josh Woods in the ring at the same time. 2 huge names that have been known on the indies for a long time. So obviously, I hope to see Joe Gacy back in the ring in the future. If not, in the very next episode. Tonight, as of filming this, that is Tuesday. Next up, we had Elektra Lopez defeating Anna Shearer. That was an up. Then we had Odyssey Jones defeating in a 3-way Carter Millman and Darian Chopta. I'm going to butcher that name. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. That's an up. We had Tommaso Ciampa and Braun Breaker defeating Pete Dunne and Ridge Holland. That was an up, and that was the match of the show on that one. NXT for Tuesday, September 21 gets a pass. Move on to Wednesday night. AEW Dynamite Grand Slam on the 22nd of September. We opened it up with Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega going to a 30-minute draw. That's number 2 for cool finishes. I thought that was cool. It brings Bryan Danielson into AEW, and he goes up against one of the best head-to-head. He goes at 30 minutes in a draw. Neither one of them have their finisher. Neither one of them use a finisher. Keeps both of them strong. Neither one of them take a loss. Opens it up for something down the line. Obviously, with Kenny Omega's attitude, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, I like I said, I think it keeps them all both strong. Now Snuggles, please stand up. Keeps them strong, and like I said, yeah, I just like that finish, a draw finish. It's not just like the other match with a KO. It is a situation you don't see very often. Next up, we had Brian Pillman Jr. defeating Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Of course, that's an up. Then you had Malachi Black defeating Cody Rhodes. That was an up. Sting and Darby Allin defeat FTR. That was an up. Britt Baker defeats Ruby Soho. That was an up. That was a really good match. And my match of the show. No, I'm really torn. I have to give it to Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. But let's get this gets to this 2 matches of this show for a very special reason. Because that was a good one too. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. Bryan Danielson, Kenny Omega. Even Snuggles agrees that this show is a special show. This is a double show. And he'll continue to speak. Next up here is Thursday. We have Impact from the 24th. Thursday. First up here we had David Finlay defeating Hikuleu. That was an up. We had Rohit Raju defeating Chelsea Green. Cool. Intergender on TV. Up. Willie Mack and Rich Swann defeat Brian Myers and VSK. That was an up. We had Josh Alexander defeating Ace Austin. That was an up and my match of the card. Impact gets a pass. Next up here we have Friday, AEW Rampage. We had CM Punk defeating Powerhouse Hobbs. That was an up. Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, the Super Clique, defeating Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express. That was an up. Chris Jericho and Jake Hager defeating Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. That was an up. We had Santana and Ortiz and the Lucha Brothers defeating the Hardy Family Office and the Butcher and the Blade. That was an up. We had Penelope Ford defeating Anna Jay. That was an up. We had Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston defeating Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki-gun. That was an up. And we had the debut of Homicide 187 here on Friday Rampage. And that ends the weekly wrestling main shows of the week. Now, ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, we have our main event of the pay-per-view. We have Extreme Rules from this past Sunday. Extreme Rules. Is it going to get a grand slam from the Duke? I already said that my expectations were lower than a bow-legged caterpillar. Let's go on. We had a pre-show with Liv Morgan and Carmella. Liv Morgan defeated Carmella. I was wrong on my predictions about this, but I gave it an up. Next up we had the New Day defeating AJ Styles, Omos, and Bobby Lashley. I was correct on my pre-show prediction on this one, and I gave it an up. Next we had the Usos defeating the Street Profits. I was right on this one on my pre-show predictions for the Smackdown Tag Team Championships. This was an up. Good match. Next up here we have Charlotte Flair defeating Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship. I was correct about this one on my predictions video. This one gets an up. Weird finish, weird ending. That would be the first weird or disliked ending of the Duke's Dive this week. Next up we had Damien Priest defeating Sheamus and Jeff Hardy for the U.S. Championship. I was correct on this one on my predictions video. This gets an up. Retains his championship, the U.S. title. Next up we had Becky Lynch defeated Bianca Belaire for the SmackDown Women's Championship. I was wrong about this on my predictions match, but it still gets an up. And then we had Roman Reigns defeating the Demon Finn Balor for the Universal Championship. I was wrong on this one. And I can't help but tell you, the match was fantastic. It was cool to see Roman don the mask into the crowd. It was cool to see the Demon Hulk up at the end of the fight. But the ending was the second weird or disliked ending of the week for the Duke's Dive, and I didn't like that. Yeah, I see where it is, hey, anything can happen. Rope broke, not his fault. Finish is kind of in the air as far as what's going to happen, and what's the excuse going to be? Could have been sabotage, could have been a freak nature of thing. What's the excuse going to be? The only thing I can do in my rightful head is to take Mr. Finn Balor and present him with the WWE Universal Championship title on my figure fed that I keep in my 32-year-old man-child mind. And dun-da-da, Finn Balor is the champion. In my mind, I will go ahead and do a Morty's mind eraser on this finish. Stupid. And that's the thing with, and I hate to compare it because it is a headache, but you can't help but to compare it to AEW. If that's how WWE wants to do their pay-per-views, that's fine. And this is the way it's been going for many years here. They're fine with the buzz after the show being, my God, I hated that ending, or they're fine with a controversial fan base after that. That's giving them the buzz they want. But the buzz is, oh my God, here we go again. If they do that, we're playing a game of watching it play out. That's something we hear all the time. But the problem is, we've let it play out. Most of us have let these scenarios play out so many times that we don't trust the big corporation WWE to let this play out, because they most of the time won't. If it gets to the point where there's too much backlash, look at the Joe Gacy thing. They're just going to pull it and scrap it and not even speak of it. With that being said, and the amount of times I've been waiting for things to play out, and I'm still waiting for them to play out, and the fact that we know stories can come today and go tomorrow, I'm going to be selfish in this instance, and I'm giving the match a down. But, however, Extreme Rules 2021 will get a B- for the grading of the pay-per-view event. Remember, I'm only going to give a passing grade to pay-per-views. Weekly shows will just get an up and down match rating, and pre-shows, dark matches, will get rapid results. Now, let's hear from Rob Van Dam for a second, why don't we?
Many times have I spent in this parking lot experimenting with cannabis.
Yeah, Rob, Me too. Well, at least once. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the Duke's Dive. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next week.
Thank you for tuning in to Wicked Turtle Network exclusive. Follow us on all social media, and also click the link tree in the description of this video.
What is up, Wicked Turtle Nation? We just wanted to let you guys know that Wicked Turtle Network has decided to join the Rays Rebellion as brand ambassadors for Rays Energy Drink. Rays Energy gives you fresh, and that stands for focus, recovery, energy, stamina, and hydration. With zero sugar, absolutely no crash, electrolytes, and BCAA aminos. I encourage everyone listening or watching right now to raise up and join the Rays Rebellion yourself by going to your local GNC, vitamin shop, or even online at repsports.com. And order yourself some Rays energy drinks or other athletic supplements in bulk. And when checking out, use the order code WICKEDTURTLE for a 15% discount. The website and order code will be in the description of this cast.